Bow to Senior Head Instructor.
Bow to Apprentice Instructor, first degree, advanced, intermediate level students. All right, space out a little bit. Scoot that way a little bit. There you go. Scoot that way. And come on to here. Right. 100 jumping jacks.
Yes, sir.
Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 88, 89, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. Push-up position.
Yes, sir.
First set of your best black sash push-ups.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir.
2,
Sir.
3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir.
9, sir. 10, sir.
Second set.
Yes, sir.
Everyone in this room has to be able to do all 30 black sash push-ups before you can get your next rank. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir.
Don't hold your breath.
3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
On your back. Oh, sorry. That's knee.
Yes, sir.
Second set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
Stay here. Say peripheral. Okay, look straight ahead. I said straight ahead. Just look straight ahead. Can you see my? Can you see my hand?
Yes, sir.
Who can see my hand movement? You're looking at me. Who can see my hand movement? That's your peripheral vision, right? So you're not looking directly at my hand, but you can still see movement off to the side. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the more you practice seeing with your peripheral vision or focusing on your peripheral vision, the better you can get at, say, situational, say, awareness, right? So you look straight, but you can still see everything from here forward. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So when I'm showing you moves, or when I'm watching the class, or we're doing push-ups, even though I'm not looking directly at you, I can still see Saul. I can still see Ian. I can still see Sophie. I can see Miss Kelly, and I can see Maddie, right? And I can see. So when you do your push-ups, if you're not doing them, or if you drop a knee, I can see you. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you know you dropped a knee, and you know how many push-ups you did. So if you only did half of the first set, and then you did half of the second set, and then you did half of the third set, how many push-ups is that? Do a little math.
30. 15.
Not quite. What's half of 30? 15, right? Because you did half of each set. So that means you only did 15 push-ups. That means you owe me 15 push-ups at the end of class. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. On your backs for pussy kicks.
Yes, sir.
Well, rather, you don't owe me, you owe yourself 15 correct black sash push-ups. Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5,
Twist the body,
sir.
twist the
6,
body,
sir.
make the elbows
7, sir.
touch.
8, sir.
Kick
9,
really low
sir.
to the ground,
10,
kick
sir.
low.
11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Rest.
Yes, sir.
Second set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir.
8, sir.
9, sir. 30,
sir.
Last set.
Yes, sir.
Begin.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir.
10, sir.
11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir.
15, sir.
16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir.
20, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
6, sir.
7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Sit up.
Yes, sir.
Reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir.
9, sir.
10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir.
15, sir.
16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir.
20, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Bend one leg in
Yes, sir.
and reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Sir. Sir.
With the legs straight.
Sir. Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir. 6, sir.
7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir.
11, sir. 12, sir.
13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir.
16, sir.
17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir.
3, sir.
4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Switch.
Yes, sir.
Reach up. Bend forward, touch your toes.
Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir.
7, sir.
8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir.
13, sir.
14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
1, sir.
2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir.
8, sir.
9, sir. 30, sir. Bottom of the feet together.
Yes, sir.
Bend forward, touch your nose to your toes. One, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir.
5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. 17, sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
Seated angle, legs wide apart. Lift yourself up and turn to your right.
Yes, sir.
Turn and shift to the other side.
Yes, sir.
And seated angle, legs wide apart.
Yes, sir.
Palms up, back straight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir.
6, sir.
7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir. 13, sir. 14, sir. 15, sir. 16, sir. sir. 18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir.
1, sir.
2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir. Reach to one side.
Yes, sir.
Reach to the other side.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Y'all can't do that. Y'all can't sit and do nothing in class. Who knew that? What'd you come here for? So if I'm stretching, why are you sitting here like this? Is this stretching? All right, so why are y'all doing that? Stop doing that. Let's go. You have one thing to focus on for an hour. Reach to both sides. You can focus on anything else at any other time. One, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 10, sir. 11, sir. 12, sir.
13, sir.
Let's hear that count.
15, sir.
16, sir. 17, sir.
18, sir. 19, sir. 20, sir. 1, sir. 2, sir. 3, sir. 4, sir. 5, sir. 6, sir. 7, sir. 8, sir. 9, sir. 30, sir.
This is the advanced class. Now, there's one thing I won't remind you of in this class, and that's following directions. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
That's how you got to this class, right? Because you follow directions and you do your motions. So I'm not going to repeat myself about certain things in this class because it's the advanced class. If you want to do all the other stuff, you can go back to the beginner's class. I can give you a green or orange or a yellow sash right now. Who would like one of those? Well, if I give it to you, you can't have your purple. Oh, okay, you don't want that. Okay, so show me that you want to keep the sash you have on by doing those things blue sashes, purple sashes, and red sashes do. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, last stretch, feet straight out in front. Bend one leg back and lean back.
Sir.
Hold the leg all the way back, Kayleen. To the side, there you go. Switch. Stand up, twist it out, do any additional stretches.
Yes, sir.
Alright, now I heard y'all got to do some of the same motions that we've been working on. Y'all got to do the same motion through about the same three motions a lot. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me see what you got. Let's take the stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
5 animal salute.
5 animal salute.
2 tigers hide their trail.
2 tigers hide their trail.
Butterfly scatter.
Fly. Scatter.
Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Are those the three?
Yes, sir.
Reset.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Butterflies scatter.
Butterfly scatters.
Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Reset. Very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Very good. Very good. Take your stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Butterflies scatter.
Butterfly scatters.
Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Reset.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now. Come to the front. Watch it.
Yes, sir.
All right, now. So if you know the application to these motions, you want to perform the set a little bit like you have that knowledge, we're going to do our 5-time salute. 2 tigers up the trail. Stepping back. 1, 2. If you're coming from standing, press. Reach out. You're going to pull as if you have someone at the back of someone's head and you're kneeing them in the stomach. So if you're kneeing someone in the stomach, you're not going to pull their chest. You're not going to pull their head into your chest. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Because your torso isn't guaranteed to be shorter than this distance. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if I reach out, then I have to pull past my knee and throw my knee as though I'm throwing it into a person. Then I'm going to circle and press down, shift and strike. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
After I've done that, when I turn around, I can't just turn and strike. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
I also have to block, pull, strike. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So block, clear, strike. You see it?
Yes, sir.
Alright, we'll give it a try.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Butterflies, scatter.
Butterfly scatters.
Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Reset.
Yes, sir.
Aiden, switch places with Eric.
Sir.
Okay, go back. Go back, go back, go back. No, go back. Aiden, switch places with Eric.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, go back. Aiden, switch places with Eric.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, reset. You're not moseying around your house. Go back. Right, you're not walking to the kitchen for a bowl of cereal after playing Fortnite. Eric and Aiden, switch places.
Yes, sir.
Almost. Go back. I don't mind. Y'all know what I want y'all to do, right? Who knows? Who thinks they know?
They wanted them to move places quickly. Not like after the chica, like how about they have to play Fortnite?
That's right.
I'm calling it.
Eric and Aiden switch places.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a little bit of hustle. All right. Y'all have teen angst and y'all aren't teenagers. That's weird. It's super weird. It's like, what? Life cannot be that bad. You can't just like. Attention stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How old are you? How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
11.
life gets worse. Yeah, don't say that. All right, we're ready. Butterflies scatter.
Butterfly scatters.
Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Good. Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
And that's a cat stance. So that means all the weight is in the back leg. The only thing that's forward is the toe. And all of your weight is in this leg. So I should be able to sweep this leg, and you're not supposed to bow stance. So all cat stance, all the weight is in this leg. So you got to shift all the way back. I'm not sure what's happening. Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. Okay, you said.
Sir.
Those are pretty easy. Those are pretty easy. Are they not? Who knows more than that? Sorta. Who for sure knows more than that? Like they can do all those tiger motions. Okay, I'm gonna call the words. Let's see. Take a stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
Butterfly scatter.
Butterfly scatters.
I think that S goes on the previous word. Butterfly scatters. Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger combats wolf.
Tiger combats wolf.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger combats wolf.
Tiger combats wolf.
Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, so the only two persons that I saw that know these motions that by themselves and did it without issue is Miss Kelly and Maddie. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to do it one more time, and then we're going to break off into groups. And in those groups, led by Miss Kelly and Maddie, first, they're going to go over the same motions, the same three motions Master Gohring went over with like +2. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So 2 more motions, and then you'll be good to go. So what we're trying to have is 5 motions total that we all know for ourselves. Does that make sense?
Yes,
It
sir.
means you've internalized, also that you can perform it on your own. Right? Let's give it a try. Take a stance.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
5 animal salute.
5 animal salute.
2 tigers hide their trail.
2 tigers have their trail.
Butterfly scatter.
Butterfly scatters.
Switch the feet in. There you go. Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Pull that hand. Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger, watch carefully. Tiger, it's hard to do when you're off balance because that's not a cat stance. So do a cat stance like this. Shift all your weight back. Like that. Now put just the toe forward. Just the toe. Put this foot. Put the toe forward. That's a cat stance. From here, tiger captures sheep.
Tiger captures sheep.
Good. Now we're going to come back the other way, the same way you went toward that front corner. Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Uh-huh. And you know that you're in the correct position if you're in a cat stance, number 1. Number 2, if you have the opposite hand, the foot forward. So if your left foot is forward, your right hand is out.
Yes, sir.
And when you do exits the cave or combats wolf, that's correct. It's the same, it's opposite, right? So if the right foot's forward, the left hand's on top. Feet together.
Yes, sir.
That was 5 motions. Let's do it one more time.
Yes, sir.
Let's take a stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
5 animal salute.
5 animal salute.
2 tigers hide their trail.
2 tigers have their trail.
Butterflies scatter.
Butterflies scatter.
Black tiger claw method?
Black. Tiger claw method.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger exits the cave.
Tiger exits the cave.
Speak together.
Yes, sir.
Set.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, we're going to take a quick break. Standing. So everybody come and make a U around here. Shoulder. Still have space between each other though. All right, so what is one way that we demonstrate respect? Who knows? What's one way? Say it, you gotta speak a little loud.
We follow directions and stay quiet when we're supposed to be quiet.
Follow directions and stay quiet
When we're supposed to.
when you're supposed to.
Not yawning.
Not yawning. Sometimes those aren't as controllable. You can kind of hide it. Everybody yawns. That's normal. That's like saying going to the bathroom and breathe. So it's okay to do yawns. It's not okay to do loud yawns. Like if we're in class and the whole room is quiet and everybody's trying to focus and you go, be quiet. Okay.
We bow to each other.
Yes, you bow to each other.
When principal asks us something to do, say yes sir right away.
Yeah, yes sirs, no sirs, yes ma'ams, no ma'ams. Anything else?
Don't interrupt people, keep on eye contact when you're speaking.
Make eye contact when other people are speaking. And what was that first one?
Don't interrupt.
Don't interrupt. It's very good. Yes, sir.
Staying on task and being attentive.
And being
Attentive.
attentive. Staying on task and being attentive, like focused and aware and conscious, present. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So, one thing that Maddie mentioned is eye contact. Eye contact, which is what a lot of us young folks have an issue with, especially because there's cell phones now. So a lot of times you can be having a conversation with your friend and most of the time y'all never look at each other because y'all are both like this. Y'all are having a conversation, both of y'all are listening, but you're not looking at each other, so y'all are just in your phones doing whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Or even if you're just doing anything, if I'm writing or if I'm looking at TV or anything like that, that's not the same as interacting with the eyes. So the other way is that you can demonstrate respect when someone's talking to you with your body language is not to fidget. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So sometimes if you fidget, like if I was sitting here doing this, if I was sitting here doing this while I was talking the whole time, it'd be kind of hard to focus on me talking if I'm doing this, right?
Yes, sir.
It's just the body language, it's just a respect thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
It's like picking the nails. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I don't need a justification or rationalization as to why you do those things. We all do something. I'll pick my leg if I was in class sometimes. I'll tie my shoe when I don't have to. Everybody does it. And it all happens in a classroom setting. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
But the goal in coming here is to break those bad habits and to become your best self. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
And also what we need to do is don't look down, don't look up, because you need to follow what we need to do. But if you need any help, raise the hand.
Yeah.
But you don't have to yell, because if you yell, then you'll keep somebody distracted.
That's correct. So you don't want to distract your classmates if you have a question, but you can ask questions. And if you're going to listen to the answer of the question, don't look up or down. Look at where you are, at what you are listening to. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So what's one way that we demonstrate respect while somebody's talking to us with our bodies?
Not fidget.
Not fidgeting, right? So how was your day? It's like just stand and listen. Be still and listen. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
What's another way? No, you can't answer all of them. Go, Aiden, give me one.
Maintaining eye contact.
Maintaining eye contact. And what's another one? Listening, right? So you can't listen if you're talking. Y'all knew that, right? Most people can. It's normal, right? So when you come back from break, which is what we're about to do, go grab water for like 30 seconds. When you come back from break, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna make sure that if someone's talking, an adult, myself, or Miss Kelly, even one of your other classmates, that you're listening, right? Eye contact, don't fidget, and then we're gonna practice our set. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
How many moves do we have to do? 5. Y'all can do that. Y'all did 3 last class. Oh, you only added 2. This should be easy, right?
Yes, sir.
It should be very easy. Okay, let's get focused. Go give it a try. Everybody, let's see who's going. Everybody went to Maddie's group. She's like, Miss Kelly's gonna work us too hard. Well, everybody's leaving Maddie's group now.
Wait, who's not? Who's not?
Pick your group if you don't want. Let's get over there, Eileen. And Aileen, switch places with Eric. Should be easy money, hard work, hard work.
Time is money.
Just
I want to do this young Yes, ma'am.
Stand tall.
Yes, ma'am.
5 animal salute.
5 animals salute.
2 tigers hide their trail.
Stand and stand. Yes, ma'am.
Butterfly. Scatters.
Scatters.
Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
Tiger.
Stand.
Exits a cave.
Stand tall. Exit cave.
Tiger. Capture sheep.
Capture sheep.
Walk.
Stand
Tiger.
tall. Five animal salute. Tiger. 2 tigers in the cave. Butterfly. Scatters. Scatters.
Stand.
Fly scatters.
Stand tall.
Yes, ma'am.
5 animal
Tiger
salute.
claw. That's
2 tigers hide their trail.
2 tigers. Tiger trail. Exits the cave.
Butterfly. Scatters.
Butterfly. Scatters. Tiger.
Tiger claw.
Captures sheep. Black.
Tiger captures sheep. Tiger. Exits the cave.
Tiger. Cave. Exits the cave.
Cross. Exits the cave. Horse.
Tiger.
Tiger captures
Captures
sheep.
sheep. Tiger. Captures sheep.
Captures sheep. Yes, sir. Stand tall. Yes, sir.
T.
T.
Who thinks they can lead that now? Is that easy enough? Give it a try, Aiden. Yes, sir.
Stand tall. Yes, sir. 5-9 salute. 5-9 salute. 2 tigers head to tail. 2 tigers head to tail. Butterfly scatters. Butterfly scatters. Black tiger claw method. Black tiger claw method. Tiger exits the cage. Tiger exits the cage. Tiger captures sheep. Tiger captures sheep. Tiger exits the cage. Tiger exits the cage.
Switch the feet, switch the hands. Aiden. There you go. There you go.
Yes, sir.
See, it wasn't that bad. Good. That's good to give it a try. It's always good to give it a try. Hold it back, try one more time. Aileen, give it a try. Even if you feel like you don't know it, it's always good to give it a try.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Stand tall.
Yes, ma'am.
5-8 salute.
5-8 salute.
2 tigers head to tail.
2 tigers head to tail.
Butterfly scatters.
Butterfly scatters.
Black. Black tiger claw method.
Black tiger claw method.
You were right the first time, Aileen. Put the feet back. Switch the feet. There you go. Black tiger claw method is a bow stance. And then tiger exit the cage. Tiger exit the cage.
Tiger exits the cage.
Tiger capture sheep.
Tiger captures sheep.
Tiger combats wolf. Tiger exits the cage.
Tiger exits the cage.
Feet together.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right. That was pretty easy, right? Feet together.
Yes, sir.
Now, next class we are going to go over some of the kicks that we have been doing in the beginner's class. For those of us that are not coming to beginner's classes, you want to come so that you can review the old information. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you have learned something and then you stop practicing it, 5 years later, do you still know it? Unlikely. Unlikely, right? Because you haven't practiced. So you'll more than likely be rusty. If a brain surgeon hasn't done brain surgery in 10 years, do you want him to perform surgery on your brain?
No.
Yeah, no, he's rusty. He's rusty. I don't know. You cannot touch my brain.
I mean, how much does it cost?
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean? How much does it cost?
I mean, would it be cheap since he's rusty?
We'll say it again.
Would it be cheap if he's rusty?
No, it costs the same.
Oh.
He's just inexperienced. If one comes with more risk than the other. One is practiced and one is not practiced. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So you want to be practicing your stuff. Now, who can characterize a black sash or a brown sash or a red sash?
Red, brown, or black sash does everything that they need to and does it to the best of their ability.
To the best of their ability. Does that make sense? All
Yes,
the
sir.
things they know they need to do. Now, when we are getting you ready for your black sash, we're not only looking for you to change how you perform your moves and how well you do them, we're looking for a change in attitude and mentality. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So we are looking for respect every day, not just the days you feel like it. Every day we have to give respect. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Every day when we say attention stance, you have to do what? Every day when we say stand tall, you have to do what? So we want consistency. Does that make sense? Remember we talked about consistency? Doing the same thing the best way you can, each time over and over again, putting the same amount of effort, which is your best, every time you come. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So, with that being said, your yes sirs have to be said. Yes sirs and yes ma'ams have to be said every time. And every time you don't do it, yes, we make a mental note of it. And yes, I remember that last class you did or didn't. You have to do all your push-ups. This is just very simple things. If you've been here for as long as you've been here and done things as long as you've done them, Kung Fu, there's no reason you wouldn't get better at it if you're doing your best. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Remember we talked about that vision? Bring the feet together. And then that's how you show that you're listening. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Work on those, not just your moves, but when you go home and your parents are talking, or Rachel's talking, right? I mean, I know it's your sister, and she can be annoying, but
You know my sister?
not Rachel, tell it's your sister. So I know you have your sister around, and sometimes she can be annoying. She's a little older than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe sometimes you might have to listen to her. Just follow directions, right? Stuff gets really simple when you follow directions. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, give yourself a good opportunity, set yourself up for success.
Bow to Senior Head Instructor.
Bow to apprentice instructor, first degree, advanced, and intermediate. Very good job.